We'll be giving Leo Lund an interview in a moment, but for Leo, he now has won the same amount of races in RPL as Ira and Maxwell G across all tiers. That is, Maxwell won 10 in tier 1. That's the same amount he has, and Leo Lund won in F2 earlier today. Same amount Maxwell has, 1 win. So
and his margin of victory is now the new largest gap to what it was this season, because the previous
yes,
one was last week in Singapore, 16.45 seconds. Now it's over 23 seconds. That is the new largest gap that we've had this season.
also, if you want to take things into a broader context as well, on the last F1 game, our largest margin of victory in any tier came in Season 9 Monaco, 21.5 seconds. We've not had a gap that big in any tier since, what, like F1 22? Maybe F1 21? We go quite a ways back, with that being said. The largest margin of victory, ironically, was set by the other Swedish driver, Iran Maxwell G, Season 5 Monaco. That was 42 seconds over the next best driver.
It was over 40 seconds.
Yeah. And you spoke about heartbreaks there. The only other heartbreak I think we need to mention is, besides Gecko, is the guys who got fisted by the double stack there.
Yeah, Hunted, JTK, though they got brutally affected by the double stack, and they just could not recover because of that. And
Yeah.
it is quite unfortunate. I will not lie, because once you if you get affected by the double stack, it is, unless you have the really good skill to carve your way through the field, get the positions back that you lost, it is very difficult to basically come back from a double stack.
Yeah, you better have a lot of pace if you're going to come back from the double stack. But as we always do every season, Titan, we have the champion here in a Discord call right now to give him an interview. Welcome along, Leo Lund. Congrats on being the new RPL champion. I want to talk about things besides that first before we get to the championship that you just won. You just won the race by over 25 seconds at the front of the field. Tell me what you were thinking through that race with the gap you were able to pull and the cars you had to get through when you pitted later than some did. And also talk me through the chance of having almost a puncture at the end of that race on the 84% tire wear you had.
Um, yeah, I made the setup for the rain, of course, because I knew it was gonna come like that late, and the safety car made it come earlier. So, but yeah, I knew the pace was there because I feel very more comfortable in the race and the quali. So, and yeah, I was just trying to manage the tires so much I could. So I did not get a puncture, but it was very close.
A lot of these races you have dominated and you've won sometimes by 2 seconds, 4 seconds, 10 seconds. What does it mean winning by even a bigger margin? Do you feel like you're a better driver in the wet with what you showed today compared to the dry, or is it just circumstantial and track dependent for you?
I think I'm better in the wet if I have a good setup in the wet, yeah. But yeah, it can depend on what track and setup, of course.
So you become RPL F1's 8th different champion, the first driver from your country to do it, and potentially the youngest champion as well in RPL, with that being said. What goes through your mind being able to work a full season through this in the McLaren, what arguably is the best car, and make sure you perfect every race to the way you have this season? You've won 10 of the 16 races done, and we still have more to go. What does the championship mean to you?
Um, it means good, I guess. Yeah.
You've had teammates kind of change throughout the season a little bit too. You had Hunted at one point. You had Jack, as you have now. Jack wasn't here today. You missed the event. You had Minako to start the season as well. For a driver like yourself, even though you didn't really have much with it for the Drivers' Championship when we went to the second half of the season. We still have the Constructors' Championship that still needs to be wrapped up. What does that mean when you have, or at least for you, what does that mean when you have, I guess in a way, some instability in your in who's your teammate? Does that affect, I guess, how you get through the field if you get caught in traffic? Does that kind of change things for you, or do you just do your own thing and then, race your own race?
I just do my own race.
And lastly, 10 wins in RPL F1 now on the season. 5 victories in a row with that being said. I know you want to beat Luke's 15 in a row for sure, but only 4 times previously as a driver in RPL F1 went 5 wins in a row. I know you'd love to win them all. I get it. But how many do you think you're going to keep getting in a row here? And do you see this streak of momentum continuing throughout the remainder of the season and onto next?
I think I can get every win. At every track that's left. Because I've improved a bit more now in this game. And I've learned the setups a bit more, so I'm a bit quicker now.
And lastly, with that being said, a few races this season, you've definitely had a lot more good races and bad races, but you've had a few races where things did not go your way, and Baku and Austria, and I think there's maybe one other that is probably on that list that I'm forgetting. What has helped you through the bad races in order to get yourself better in the good races throughout the whole RPL season?
Can you repeat that again? Sorry.
Yeah, no, you're all good. I was just going to say, you've had a few bad races this season, and everyone has bad races. You've had a lot more good races than bad races. I was going to say, for example, races like Austria and Baku you had go on. What has helped you in the bad races that has made you learn better for the good races that you've had happen?
Not do the overtakes as fast as I can, maybe wait a bit, play it smart, and just do it as safe as I can, because I know I have the best car, and I know I can overtake them, but I don't have to do it instantly.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely patience is a big key that everyone learns at some point, and I think you definitely have showed a lot of that learning throughout the season. With that being said, congratulations on the victory. Congratulations on the championship. RPL Titan Iron, he's my co-com. He's, I believe, the co-TP of your academy that you're in. Do you have any questions, Titan, for our champion Leo? I've turned Titan up, therefore you should be able to hear him.
Honestly, I think almost pretty much all the questions that you asked him, was pretty much on my mind. But I mean, Leo, I gotta hand it to you. Congrats for winning the championship. It's really wild to see what you started last season in China, putting it onto the podium in your first ever run, to then coming up to here in the McLaren, winning races, becoming champion. Is this like strong performance that you have done for season 11 and in the debut of season 10? Is this a prelude of what's to come in season 12?
No, I don't know. If I practice more, yes, I can be much quicker. But I often practice 15-20 minutes. I only do one session. Maybe I do some TT a day before, but if I practice much more, I can definitely, do bigger gaps.
Sweet. But congrats again on the drivers' championship. I'm hoping for McLaren will pull off and lock out the constructors' championship as well. I'm rooting for you, my man. You got this. Congrats, man. Enjoy the championship.
Thanks.
Yep, congrats, Leo, and I'll leave you to it. Enjoy the celebrations.
Bye bye.
Titan, Leo's first race in China, we saw some crazy stuff happen in that race. I know you'll remember it. We had a late safety car occur, and before that safety car occurred, we had drivers still yet to pit. Leo, Lund, and Carlson were 2 drivers who Cookie brought into the league, who were battling Cookie, funny enough, who had pitted, and were yet to pit in that race. Well, what happened in front was Carlson backed off to try and get DRS. Cookie saw him do that, and Leo Lund made a double overtake at China in the first corner of Sector 3 there. So ever since this kid's first race in this league, we've seen magical things happen, and I don't think we're done seeing it. I think, I know he's had a few races where, we just spoke about his patience in Baku and Austria and races that didn't go his way. He seemed to have figured that out, and it doesn't matter to him. It doesn't matter if you put him down in 10th like you did in Bahrain, or put him at the back of the field like in Monza, where things happen there. He will still find a way to win the race. You might need to set a little bounty on him to, not have that happen, but for... it depends on who's good at crashing. Maybe we can put Wavy Knife up to the test, or Blue Goggy. But in all honesty, though, and that's a joke, but in all honesty, though, for Leo Lund's case, I do think we got to start asking the question of most consecutive wins, which is 10 wins away. Most consecutive poles, which Leo has himself. His own record is at risk of 8 poles in a row. We got 5 in a row we got today. All those kind of questions, even for McLaren as a team, winning potentially 15 in a row. Maybe that's on. Those questions are serious questions we've got to start asking ourselves with what Leo Lund has been capable of doing. And another thing you mentioned about McLaren winning the title, they came into this season, season 11, with 11 wins to their name. How special would that be for them to wrap up the title soon, which they'll probably do anyway after Red Bull got, 2 and 5? I mean, they didn't maximize as much as they could, but, we know what happened.